Hello, everyone. Casey here, jumping in before the episode to let you know that the Jesters have a live show performance coming up. On July 29th, we are going to be performing at Sip and Play in Brooklyn. The show starts at 7 p.m., and it's going to be run by the lovely Rachel Kordell, and it's titled The Last Wish. You can get your tickets down below in the description, or you can buy them at the door there. But we hope to see you there either way for this amazing live show performance. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lost Requiem, a game that is currently on Kickstarter. You can check it out over at Kickstarter and look up Danse Macabre. That is the name of the game. Danse spelt with an S. Don't forget it.
Don't forget it.
Today, we are joined by Rachel Kordell.
Hi, I play Cyris, Akropolites, and I knew this was going to happen.
We have Andrew Frost.
How you doing? My name is Bortz. My friends call me Bobo. And did you know that male horses don't have nipples?
Get out of here.
They don't?
Get out of here.
No, I can't. I'm here. You have to listen to me for the next hour.
Thank you, Bortz. We have Ian.
God. Oh, I'm Ian. I'm so confused already. I play Valentine, who is also here. I'm gonna sit on that horse comment for a while. Please don't look at me.
And we have Mozz.
Hello, I am Mozz, and I am playing Sister Marula. Why are we talking about horses?
Beats me, that's for sure.
I used to drive a carriage. Used to.
This is exactly why I didn't want you to touch me. You're standing too close, Bobo.
Hey, we're friends now.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Well, let's jump into a little bit of a recap, shall we? We started off on the steps of the Canticum in Constantinople, the church that is basically in charge of quintessence, the resource that allows people to finally die after the abandonment. 5 criminals stood on those steps, and they were given a choice, whether they would be banished from the city to wander outside at the whims of these Maleficia-ridden demoniacs, or to become a pilgrim. And in this case, rather than go in search of more quintessence, assist in delivering a gift to the new emperor of Rome. 4 of you agreed to go on this quest, while the 5th decided to take on the banishment. Already being riddled with Maleficia, they figured they might as well just leave. You met with the captain of this mission, who took you under his wing a little bit in leading you out of the city, but unfortunately you were not able to make it to Bursa before night started to set in. So he decided to camp out for the night. Some of you had some hesitations towards this, knowing that demoniacs still roam about, but he seemed fairly confident that with the force that you had, you would be okay, and he wouldn't want anyone too exhausted if you did end up running into demoniacs during the night. However, you were all just awoken by horrible screams. Your eyes shoot open as you look around at the chaos around you. A horde of around 30 of these demoniacs are ripping their way through the forces here. You can see that several of them have already been stabbed, have spears through them, but they have not died. Several of them have multiple eyes on them, bat-like wings, some of them even flying up over you. You can see some slithering around almost like snakes, similar to Valentine's slug-like tail. Others have these dark Mozz that are either in wolf-like shapes, similar to Saltic, that are biting and ripping into people, tearing out their throats, blood and sinew just gushing out of them. And you can see others fighting back. Saltic himself is trying to tear at some of these demoniacs, and some of them are going down. You can see him popping a massive eye that is basically taking up an entire one of these demoniacs' faces as it just goes directly through into the brain and it falling down, probably coming back with even more Maleficia once this is over. But in this chaos, what do each of you do?
Nose goes, not me first.
Sister Marula will grab their blade and then just like stand behind Bortz, be like, this is what we was afraid of, right? Okay, all right.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, great, wonderful. You've killed before, right? So.
Hey, okay, a stretch. I've never willingly killed anybody.
Okay.
Why don't each of you roll me a finesse check? We will get an initiative going here.
Oh, great.
Oh, great.
That's a 4.
I exploded.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's 6. I rolled a 6 and a 6. That.
Yes. So when you roll the maximum number on a die, specifically for damage, I believe, is when things explode. I don't know if it explodes on every single roll. You get to have the option of spending 3 grit to roll again, and it can continuously do it as long as you still have grit to spend.
Nice. So specifically for damage. Got it.
Yes, it is just for a critical strike. It says, when you roll maximum on either die when rolling for damage, you can burn 3 grit to inflict a critical strike.
But then I just got a 10.
A 6.
I got a 6 on an 8.
I got a 4.
Ian, you're going to be first to act.
Cool. Sorry. Perfect. Can I get a layout of like how our caravan is compared to where the enemies are coming in?
The enemies almost seem to have surrounded you at this point, which has basically trapped you all within this circle of death and blood and viscera. You can see that the caravan itself, why don't you go ahead and roll me insight to take a closer look and get a layout of this field.
That's a 4.
Okay. With a 4, you are kind of blasted with this confusion. A lot is going on right now, and it's hard to keep track of everything. But hearing all of the screams and wails, you get a sense that you probably aren't doing too well as a whole.
Got it. Perfect. Well, we'll just get right on into it, I guess. I got it's a scimitar, basically, and I'm going to take a swipe at the nearest enemy near me.
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and take a few swipes.
And so with the sword that I have, it's a D10 to hit.
So, with weapons and things like that, let's talk about combat in general here. So you have essentially 2 dice that you're going to be rolling. You are going to be rolling the weapons dice, and you're going to be rolling, in the case of a slashing weapon, I believe finesse. It is your finesse. Hey guys, future Casey popping in here saying I was wrong. You're supposed to roll just the finesse, vitality, or insight die based off of your weapon for the attack roll, and then you roll both dice for damage. So I got that wrong, but we will correct that later on in the series. So hang tight. Sorry about that. So you're going to roll both of those dice. Essentially, you have to hit a 2 to hit somebody. Otherwise, the other person can roll a dodge to try and avoid the damage. But pretty much a 2 will anything pretty much automatically hits above a 2. So it's going to be very hard for you to miss.
Okay. Cool. I beat a 2. I got an 8. Does that matter?
It does,
Yeah,
yes, because they are going to attempt to dodge.
Okay.
For dodging, you have to burn grit to dodge, and you make a finesse check against the attack. Which actually they are not going to dodge because they can't physically do it. So go ahead and roll me the damage on that.
Sure. Perfect. So that's 6 points with the sword, but whenever I make a melee attack, I can burn 2 grit to discharge a burst of electrical energy by touch through the weapon. If the attack hits, it deals an additional D4, and they are stunned.
Stunned. Okay, interesting. So this is a horde that you are fighting. Hordes have their own special mechanics in terms of specific things. It doesn't say, as far as I know, that hordes can't be stunned, which could be very interesting. But go ahead and roll that extra damage there.
Solid. So they take an additional 2 electrical damage.
So 2 electrical damage and 8 slashing damage from that. Amazing. And then they are stunned. When you're stunned, deals X damage, so it inflicted 2 damage. The target is going to have to roll Fervor, and if the result is equal to or lower than X, they are stunned and unable to act for that many rounds. So it's 2 damage, not 10, because you're only using the thing that did the stun. So I will make a Fervor check for them. And that is a failure. I rolled a 1.
Perfect. Have any of these of the horde crossed my path? Like, are there some that are coming behind me that are maybe like passing by while I'm engaged here?
Yes, I'm sure there probably have at this point. They would instantly slip and fall from sliding over your slime here. This is a huge chaos that is going on right now. So some of them are on the ground, but obviously some of them are not. But you can see that has been slightly effective, and we'll say that will affect the amount of damage that they are going to be able to do.
Perfect. That's my turn.
Absolutely. You rush up to one of these demoniacs that has maybe grabbed a hold of somebody else, and you slash at them with your scimitar charged up with this electrical energy, slicing off one of their almost like spike-like arms that is made of bone that seems to be sharpened at the end. You slice that up, you can hear the cracking of the bone as it splits, and it turns to you, and you can see more of these demoniacs are now focused on you as well. You are going to take some damage here.
Okay.
So, with hordes in this game, as long as you are in combat with a horde, it will automatically deal damage to you every round. And then it will have its own turn where it could possibly deal even more damage.
That's not good.
I'm about to die.
For the automatic damage here, depending on the size of the horde, it changes up the amount of damage that they do, and it also changes up the amount of health they have and how strong they are, how fast they are. This is a larger horde overall, probably close to, I think I said like 35 last episode. So it's going to be a decent amount of damage here that you are taking. You're going to take 6 points of damage, and it is automatic, so there's no dodging it because there are so many of them around you that you cannot dodge this auto damage here, and it ignores damage resistance.
Okay, that was my next question.
If you had any armor, it goes through.
Jeez.
Okay. Damn.
Hordes are dangerous. Moving on, we are going to go to Sister Marula.
I told you we shouldn't have camped.
There is, I don't know if I was supposed to do this before, but with virtue of patience, Sister Marula will go last in the initiative order so that anytime when they do their turn of combat, they have advantage.
That is perfect. You can do that absolutely now, which means we will jump to Cyris instead.
Okay. I think as the horde is upon us and the sounds are what wake me up, Cyris is like scrambling through their bag that they got and pulling out a helm to like smack it on their head. And with this turn as well, they would pull out a little black vial and pop it open as they're looking up at the demoniac running around. And as soon as this vial opens, this putrid smell erupts from it. It is so much louder than there is whatever is in this little test tube. And he's going to dump the whole thing into a small sack of lead bullets just to kind of see, like, probably getting the first couple on top.
Bullets?
For a sling.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're little clay, like, or lead. They have stone and lead, but I'm going to use the lead ones. So I don't know how much you will allow that to affect. Maybe it's just all of them for a certain amount of time, but you could just coat the top, several of them that are in there, whatever you would allow.
Roll me a d4.
Oh, okay. I got a 3.
It'll affect 3 of them.
Wonderful. And yeah, I know it takes an action to apply that to a weapon.
Okay.
So I believe it's just one action per turn.
Yes, you pretty much have one action that you can do, and then, like, there's movement and things. Some things that you have are free, like dodging is a free, like, reaction that you can do. But it all depends. Certain things just require grit, other things require other things.
Do we have a cart, or do we just have, we're all just walking and carrying the gift?
You have the palanquin. There is probably a cart as well, mostly containing other supplies for this journey, including food.
Okay. Above the table, I'm not looking to avoid damage, but below the table, Cyris would move to, like, dive underneath the cart to try and protect themselves.
Interesting. Okay. What I will say here, you can actually, for free, make a sneak attempt. If you were trying to hide or move stealthily to evade detection. So go ahead and make me a finesse check.
Yes. Okay. Incredible. That's a 1.
Okay. Well, with a 1, I was about to determine the difficulty. You failed it with a 1.
It was really fun attempt. I am not as sneaky as I think I am.
I think on your way to getting towards the cart, one of these demoniacs ends up spotting you, and as you, like, go to dive underneath it, it rakes the back of your leg with one of its bestial claws, ripping through the flesh there, and you are going to take 10 points of damage.
Boy, that's a big chunk of my health. Okay.
That is then going to bring us to Bortz. I think seeing the demoniac slice up Cyris, Bortz will storm over with his, I believe it's pronounced spadum? Spadum? Mm-hmm. It's like a kind of spear. And be like, hey, pick on somebody your own size, huh? And go for a good thrust.
Okay, so you make the attack roll using the weapon die, and with a spear, it's piercing, I think it's finesse.
Finesse, okay, so it is a finesse weapon. So it's only a 3.
A 3 does hit, but they have the ability to dodge it, because they can actually roll high enough with their finesse. So let's see if they do. They do not.
Hey, okay.
They burned the grit and did not dodge, so you are going to deal some damage here. Go ahead and let me know what that damage is.
Gotcha. Roll 2d8. So it'll be 5 points of damage.
5 more points of damage. You, from behind, stab this demoniac in the back of the head. You can see its claws kind of reaching around to the back, trying to grab at the spear, trying to claw at you, but you are holding a firm grip on that spear as it kind of falls forward, maybe like on top of the feet of Cyris, and you can see that even protruding from its back, there are these kind of pustules that are growing there, and one of them pops. You are going to take 2 points of damage.
Oh god, that smells terrible.
It already smelled bad. Sorry.
What is it? They were right behind Borst, and this is just a free thing. I will burn the grit to intervene and get me the target of the attack instead for the damage.
Absolutely, you can do that. How much grit is it?
2.
Okay, you spend 2 grit, basically pushing Borst out of the way as that pustule pops. The gross kind of pus slams against you Your skin is mostly covered by your clothing here, but you can see it starts searing a little bit through it, maybe making a hole in your shoulder as you take that 2 damage instead of Bortz.
I think I will say I appreciate you guys. The name's Bortz.
Bortz, my mistake.
Bortz. No, you're all good. When Sister Marula does that, I think Bortz looks over with almost like a melancholy look in his eyes, like, you didn't have to do that.
They literally have the dagger and they're just like pointing like, there's more, not time for talking.
And he shakes his head in approval.
Speaking of, you can see that Saltuk is grabbing one of these demoniacs by the shoulders and just biting into its arm as he takes his blade and stabs it in the side over and over again, dealing a little bit more damage to this horde here. And he is then in turn going to get grabbed by about 5 of them and pulled down to the ground. That will bring us to Sister Marula.
With their blade, they're going to go for the nearest person. Oh, that's insight. Okay. They'll use their blade for an attack. Could you remind me what to roll again?
Yes, so there is a die on the weapon itself. And you will also roll for a blade finesse. So you roll both of those dice and add them together, I think. Let me double check that you add them.
That's 2d6s for me. 5 and a 6.
And it's a d6?
Yeah.
You have hit a critical strike. So you can spend 3 grit here to inflict a critical strike and roll that damage die again, adding it to the total. And you can keep doing that as long as you keep rolling 6s.
Do I have to spend 3 crit grit every single time?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'll spend it once this time. That's a 5.
Okay, so that is a total of 16 points of damage that you've done. How does 16 points of damage look?
Bad. Probably bad.
Hopefully across many creatures instead of just one.
Absolutely, I love that.
Yeah, they have the blade like coming out of their habit and they're just like slashing through.
You start slashing through these demoniacs. You end up killing one in its entirety with the weapon before moving on to the next one, slicing it up from its stomach all the way up to its chin. And you can see that as you rip it open, its shirt opens up as well, and there is a mouth on its stomach that you have also sliced through as it like starts to kind of fall towards you. And it's going to try and bite at you with that mouth, and you take 7 points of damage.
Oh yeah, that's bad. That's really gross.
Now it is the Horde's turn.
I mean, bad in a good way, but you know.
Yeah.
Seeing Sister Marula doing as much damage as she is, the Horde is going to move toward... Actually, seeing that...
They converge on the old lady.
The old lady who did a lot of damage. Seeing that Saltuk has kind of been the leader of this, they are going to go after Saltuk instead. You can see that several of the demoniacs start surrounding him, going after him. They are going to make their roll here to hit.
Oh, so I keep saying she's old, but she's late 30s, 40s. That's wild. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's old to me.
Mentally in their brain, they're just like ready for tea and a rocking chair. That's how it is.
In the 13th century, 30s, 40s is pretty old.
Ancient.
Got it. Done.
You've seen a few people who are in their
20.
50s, but yeah, it is definitely pretty old. You see that Saltuk is grabbed by 3 of these demoniacs, holding him in place as one that seems a little bit larger. These spikes protruding from its shoulders, almost like wings coming out of its neck and its arms. One being this bestial claw, the other one this almost strange hand that has 8 fingers all protruding out of it. It grabs him by the throat with that extra fingered hand, and it is going to punch a hole through his chest, ripping out his heart and taking a massive bite out of it with its maw. You can see his eyes go wide as he calls out to all of you, "Run!" And he falls to the ground. That will bring us back to the top of the order here. It is going to be Valentine.
Okay, what's the state of the union here? Like, are we running?
You can see that a lot of the caravan has started to fall. What was once a group of around 25 people has probably about 10 people who can still fight, including the 4 of you. The captain now dead. Those who are trained fighters are struggling to keep things together. You could absolutely attempt to run from this. Running from a horde is another mechanic that we can absolutely do. Or you can try and continue to fight here. But the gift that you have is still sitting on that palanquin.
Okay. Shit. We're going to run. I'm going to run. I think I want to shout out to Bortz and go, can you drive one of these things without killing us?
Offensive, but yes.
Okay, fine. And then I want to shout out to some of the other people. Can we get that gift off into this cart? And then just kind of like slug my way to a cart to get in there. Just like, come on.
You slowly make your way over to the cart that contains all the foodstuffs that you have been bringing with you, jumping into it as quickly as possible. Is there any action that you want to take?
In this particular case, my action is to get into the cart and get away from the horde.
Okay, you get into the cart. However, along the way, you are going to take some damage as the horde tries to grab at you, preventing you from getting into that cart.
No.
However, they seem mostly distracted by the revelry that they are feeling in killing everyone else, and you only take 1 point of damage.
Got it.
Generous.
Here's another thing, too, that I want to do with my movement. If I can, I know it'll take it longer, but I want to do this zigzag motion, like over to the cart, like around, purposely creating a trail. Because I don't want people getting that close to the cart or me.
You say this is taking longer. That is absolutely a great way to use an action, though. I love that. So you start sliming up the area around the cart before getting in, giving yourself a little bit of a barrier if anyone does try and jump at you. You can see that the horses as well are not currently hooked up to the cart. They were taken off when you all took a step to rest. So someone is going to have to get the horses, and then you also have the potential of getting the gift as well, if that is something that you'd like to do. But we are going to jump to Cyris. You are already by the cart as well.
I was going to say, is this gift too heavy for me to try and lug over to the cart?
No, the box is fairly large, but it doesn't look like it weighs a ton. The palanquin was mostly for show rather than anything else.
Incredible. So most of the weight was in the palanquin and not the gift itself. I love that for me because I am small but mighty. My leg hurts. Can I use my action to bring the gift to the cart?
Yes. Are you going to try and do this stealthily again, or are you just rushing for it?
I think I'm rushing it. There's no room for stealth.
You push your way past some of the demoniacs that are like brutally beating in somebody's skull with a clubbed fist. Another one has a weapon that it grabbed from the ground from one of the dead soldiers that it is stabbing through somebody else. And you jump up, grab that box, and rush back to the cart.
I like to think that because there is so much chaos and I am this small little creature of a man, that my fast movements seem just like general panic as I'm grabbing onto this thing and hauling ass to the cart.
Absolutely. As you start hauling your way back to the cart, one of them is going to try and make a swipe at you, and you take 2 points of damage.
Oh God, that's very generous, my lord.
That is what the die rolled.
That's incredible. I'm not down yet. Very close to, though.
Bortz.
I'm going to start hooking up the horses to the cart.
You rush over to get the horses. They are panicked right now. You are going to need to find a way to calm them.
Bortz thinks for a moment, and the veins in his neck kind of tense up a little bit as he starts singing a little song in his own, his home language. And I'm going to use my ability of Ensenhamen. So it takes a minute. I burn up to 3, 6, or 9 grit. And I uplift my allies with entertaining songs of valor and courage. Each ally within close distance, that being 20 feet, will be getting, I'm going to use 9 grit, so it'll be a D8 pool back.
You do not have a full minute here in this melee.
This is
a
true.
round is only about 10 seconds.
Which is why I'm doing this in as well as trying to, like, calm these horses down.
So you are starting that process.
Yes.
Okay, if you're trying to calm down the horses, I need you to make me a fervor check.
Sounds good to me, baby.
I'll say this is a difficulty of 7.
I will use 3 grit as well.
Okay, add 3 to the roll.
So that's going to be... I use 9 for the Entenhamen, so I'll be using 12 for my grit.
Okay.
I'll be 14.
14 absolutely succeeds. You manage to calm these horses, your song kind of invigorating them a little bit as you rush them over to the cart and start hitching them to that cart there. You are going to take a little bit of damage, though, as you are protecting these horses from the demoniacs. You have to move them around quickly and maybe even block some of them, because if one of these horses goes down, it's not going to get back up. Mm-hmm. And you are going to take 8 points of damage.
Oh, okay. It's fine. Got to be calm. Calm down.
Sister Marula.
They will help with the horse. If Cyris is okay with the gift, that is what Sister Marula is looking at, like very focused on the palanquin, things like what the heck is this gift? So could they let's start with I would like to do the horses. Let's do the horses.
Okay, you want to start hitching up the horses with Bortz.
Yes.
Taking the time to attach the reins is going to... It normally would take a little bit of time, but with the two of you working simultaneously on that, it goes by much quicker. However, the demoniacs have become a little bit more aware of what you are doing and are going to attempt to come at you. However, because of Valentine's slime trail, they do need to make their way over it. What happens with the slime trail, Valentine? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so if anyone comes within my slime trail, they need to make a finesse check in order not to slip and fall and become prone.
And what is the difficulty?
I love it.
6.
6. Okay. They're going to have to burn a little bit of grit to do this. You can see that it rushes forward, starting to slip on that slime. However, even with that 3 grit that they spend, they do fall backwards, falling prone in the slime there, almost like sticking to the ground a little bit more, unable to get up and hurt you there.
He just shouts out to everybody, all right, come on, let's hitch up those horses. We got to go now. I don't know how long they're going to be on the ground.
It is now the Horde's turn. Most of the soldiers and the other pilgrims have fallen at this point. You grabbed the gift, have hitched up the horses to the cart, and all of the demoniacs are looking at you now. They are going to make another attempt to get over that slime, and they do this time, making their way forward as they are going to try and attack whoever is in the driver's seat, which would probably be Bortz.
Understandable.
Would you like to attempt to dodge?
I would.
Okay, you have to spend some grit here to dodge. It is going to be a total of 2 grit to dodge. And then you have to make a finesse check versus the opponent's attack roll.
All right, finesse I'm pretty good at.
I have rolled a 14.
Oh my god.
So you can spend grit to add to this roll. And I did look this up. I was wrong. You don't need to spend grit before the roll. You can spend it at any time, but so can they. So if you spend grit, your opponent can then spend grit on top of that, and it can be a grit fight.
I've already spent so much fucking grit. I'll spend another 3.
Okay.
Well, no, I can't. I'll have to spend 6.
If you want to try and beat it.
You said 14, right?
14.
No, because they can still... I'm going to have to eat it.
Okay. They grab you, Bortz. Several different appendages, tentacles, claws, sharp spikes all lash out at you, grabbing onto you and ripping into your flesh for 7 points of damage.
Ouch. And Bortz is pulled into the crowd.
Bortz is now unconscious, but not yet dead, as he does still have some grit left, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is going to bring us to Valentine.
So Bortz is down in the driver's seat of the carriage. I'm in the back of the carriage, yes?
Yes, that's where you wanted to be in the carriage.
Yes. Solid. I'm gonna scooch on over to Bortz, and I'm gonna give him one of these elixirs that I picked up.
Okay, you can absolutely feed him an elixir. I will say, Bortz, your song is going to end as you become unconscious, but if you can take that 9 grit you spent back because it did not complete.
Groovy.
Okay, you are going to provide him with an elixir. How much does that heal for?
That's a D8 one because the salves were a D6, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah. Oh, you get max healing. Let's go.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah.
So you're going to get 8 back to your pools. You can split that up amongst your pools if you would like to, Bortz.
Well, if my song's ended, I'll just put it all in my health.
Okay, you'll throw it back all into your health. You get 8 health back, coming back to consciousness. However, Valentine, as you make your way to the front, that is where the majority of this horde is, and they see you and they grab at you next.
Oh, thank you. That tastes so bad, though.
Flesh tearing from bone, sinew snapping. You are going to take 6 points of damage, Valentine.
Ooh, okay. We really need to go. we really need to leave.
Cyris.
So I have now put the box in our cart.
Yes.
Great. It really is just us kind of giddy up, right? Who's not in the cart?
Everybody is by the cart at the very least. I would say everybody can be in.
I think what I would like to do is then do some like coverage fire with my sling. And anyone who tries to attack the remaining people getting into the cart, I want to try and attack them. So I don't know if that's like a held action or something like that.
You can just absolutely attack because they're going to try and attack the cart. So go ahead and make your roll for that. It's
Great.
the sling die plus finesse, I believe. Or no, insight, sorry.
Okay, that was cocked. Rude. Okay, that's cool. 11.
11.
Yes. Wait, hold on. That's to attack or that's to do damage?
I don't know what it is saying. So if it
The
says
note
damage,
says
then that would be the damage.
Yeah, and okay, inflicts D6 plus D ins damage. So that's damage. So I'm sorry, I need to roll attack first, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we know what the damage is. So okay, I got a 9.
A 9. Okay. A 9 is absolutely going to hit. You can see one of these demoniacs, this one covered in several different goat eyes with those square pupils all along their arms, going across their chest. You can see that their shirt has ripped open from these porcupine-like quills that are growing from their chest and their back as they are making their way towards you. You whip your sling at them, hitting them in the head. Go ahead and roll damage.
Great. I did roll the damage.
Great.
It was 11. I would also like to be using one of my poisoned lead bullets.
Tell me about poison.
I would love to.
You're right ahead.
On the page of the poison, where is it?
Okay, I got it. Don't worry.
Great. Tell me what it does.
When a weapon or power inflicts poison, it should be an X amount of poison damage. So how much is your poison damage?
It is poison 1.
So it does 1 point of damage.
Woo.
The target rolls vitality. If the result is equal to or lower than that number, then they will make all checks with disadvantage and are infected with X damage for each round that they are poisoned.
Nice.
So they have to roll higher than a 1 on vitality. They certainly did. So they are not poisoned.
It was still worth the effort. Also, because I'm using the lead bullets, it inflicts stun 2.
Okay, so now they have to roll against stun as well. So with stunning, we did this earlier. They need to roll a fervor check and beat these 2 points of stun, which they did. They rolled a 4.
Incredible. The effort was there.
However, that 11 points of damage still does go through as that sling hits them in one of their several different eyes, and you can see that they cry out in this horrible, awful screeching sound before still coming at you and going to deal you some damage here. You are going to take...
Don't say more than 2. Don't say more than
Wrong
2.
die.
Don't say
Sorry.
more than 2. Don't say more than 2.
11 points of damage.
That's very dead.
Oh my
That's
God.
so more than 2.
That's a lot more than 2.
Everything that is past the 2 takes away from your grit pool.
Wonderful.
Once your grit pool and your health pool are at 0, you will die and experience false death.
Okay, well, that's not happening just yet. Yeah, so we see Cyris use their sling to chuck this bullet, which hits it in the eye, but another one comes from a different angle and with its quills hits Cyris as he collapses into the cart, I hope.
Oh, gosh, Cyris, I got you. I'm pulling you into the cart right now. It's okay. We're going to get out of here.
There was the hope. There's the hope.
There we go.
Moving on, we are going to go back to Bortz.
Okay. Oh my God, this sucks. Are the horses set up, basically?
They are set up at this point, yes.
Okay. The cube that the gift was in, does it look like it's made out of metal?
It looks like it's, probably made out of some sort of metal.
Okay. I'm guessing it's not an inventory of 1, though.
No, it is not.
How about the lid?
It doesn't seem to have any noticeable seams.
Okay, no, we just have the whole thing on the,
Yes,
on the
the
card
box
itself?
itself almost seems like it is a puzzle box of some sort.
gotcha.
Like you cannot just easily get into it.
Okay. Are there any loose pole arms on the floor?
Not of the cart. The cart was for food. There are on the ground if you want to get out of the cart.
No, I'm not going to. I'm gonna tenses his muscles for a moment, and I'll burn 3 grit. I'll have to make a fervor check, but you all see a pole arm just slowly start rising from the floor. Because I have magnet powers. This whole time, I also had magnet powers.
So you are making a fervor check to grab a polearm weapon. That would be slightly more difficult than a smaller weapon here. So I'm going to say the challenge on this would be a 5.
5? Okay. And it's just the base roll. I don't think I add anything to it.
No, I don't believe you would.
All right. So luckily it's a 5. So
Excellent.
That's groovy.
So using the powers of magnetism, everybody looks at Bortz and you can see that his silvery skin almost starts shining amongst the fire that is burning around you. And this halberd just starts rising from the ground before it slowly makes its way into Bortz's hands.
Actually, instead of that, it's going to go from vertical to horizontal as just the length that pushes the crowd back away from the cart.
Ah, you want to use it for attacking? Absolutely, you can do that.
So it's going to be a contested vitality.
Okay.
But I do win ties. I have 9 grit left.
I got an 18.
Wow.
9. So it's impossible for me.
Good luck.
Damn.
Is there in this wonderful game of A Danse Macabre, which Kickstarter is out for people, is there like a help action type?
There is
mechanic?
actually, yes. Great question. So there are several actions that you can take that everyone can take. They are considered just powers that everyone has. There is a passive power called Assist. When another character within close range of you, up to 10 feet, performs an action, you can volunteer to assist them. Any pilgrim assisting another character is occupied for as long as the action is, and the character performing the action gets a +1 to their check for each person assisting.
So technically I could only help with a +1.
Yes.
Okay. Is that going to help Bortz at all? Should we?
Theoretically, all three of you could assist in this.
Perfect.
I am unconscious.
You're right.
I-
Two
I
people
would
could
need-
assist in this.
Thank you.
So I have a 6 on the die. So 9 plus 6
Okay.
is 15. So I would need all three. of you
What
to
What
help.
was the die?
It's a D6.
Wait, question. I'm about to get shenaniganery here, if that's okay.
I'm here for it.
Oh no.
So, okay, here we fucking go. So the polearm obviously wouldn't have worked with Bortz if it wasn't already metal. Metal's conductive. I am electric. Can I use my power? And you tell me what I can roll, whatever, to give it that little extra oomph to push the crowd back, like Bortz was trying to do.
What is the action economy of your power?
So the action economy is that I do have to make a melee hit for that to kick off. And I'm willing to kick the pole arm. So essentially my melee would be against the pole arm so that I can hit it with that electricity to push it into that crowd.
I'm here for the flavor of this. Absolutely. This polearm starts making its way forward towards the cart here as it's going to push over the cart to get to the demoniacs on that side that are still trying to grab at Cyris. Valentine, you see this coming and give it a good shove, enhancing it with that electrical energy here. What I will say is, what does your electric power usually roll?
It doesn't have a specific dice to get it off. But it does have a damage dice, which is a D4. So all I have to do is succeed on a melee hit for the electricity to go off.
I will say you can get the hit off easy enough. So you can add that D4 to your roll boards. If both Sister Marula and Ian assist on it.
That's true.
Can I assist and still do that action that I suggested?
No, actually, that is correct. You would need to have Sister Marula also assisting on this because Valentine is occupied by the electricity.
Okay. So as it would be right now, it's a 16. So if you can roll past a 2.
Do you want me to do the D4?
It's your
I think
die.
it's the only chance we got.
Oh, we got 2 exactly.
Oh my god! Oh.
We got
My asshole has been so clenched this entire time. I'm sitting like 2 inches off my computer chair. Ready?
With that, you can see both Bortz and Sister Marula shoving this polearm as it passes over the cart, enhancing the force behind it of your magnetokinesis, and it pushes just hard enough to knock over several of these demoniacs, punching a hole open for you.
Come on, let's go. Giddy up. We gotta go.
With a smack of the reins, the horses leap into action, seeing a way out. They want to get out of here as fast as possible as well, and the cart runs. It dips incredibly quickly. The demoniacs are trying to follow behind you. You can see them scrambling, running, some of them much faster than a normal man, several of them even centaur-like with 4 different legs running after you at great speed. However, they are unable to keep up with this cart as you disappear into the night. You continue to travel for a while before you start to feel safe. Cyris, unconscious in the back. Is anyone attending to them?
Yes.
I do want to say that while we were in the thick of the battle, there was still that really putrid smell permeating throughout the scene. But as we have moved, that smell has continued, and it seems to be, as you would observe, stemming from the cuts from Cyrus's body. And particularly, you would notice that the blood coming from them is thick and viscous and black.
Sister Marula is just looking at it, like their inquisitive mind is just like, I want to know what this is, trying to like pull, but they're going to be like, no. First things first. And we'll give them a salve, or what will they need to be conscious again?
So you would need to return things from their pool. There are a couple of different ways to do that. A salve is a good one to start with if you want to use a consumable like that. However, there is aid as well. You can spend some time, typically it's a round, helping somebody who is hurt by bandaging them or applying medicine. So you could do medicine. If you do it without medicine, the target regains just 2. And they can add it to either pool. If you do it with medicine and you remove that consumable, the target regains 2 pool in addition to the medicine's specific effect.
Yeah, they will do it with medicine.
Excellent. So go ahead and roll the die for the salve, which I believe we said was a D8.
That's a 6.
So Cyris, you come back to consciousness with 8 health.
Oh, God, that really hurt.
There. It's just slow.
Oh, God. Oh, are we moving?
I'd say good morning, but it's shit.
Oh. Oh, am I bleeding? Oh, God, why?
Just a little bit.
Oh, so gross.
Yeah, what is that? Why? That's not, I mean, what is normal? But,
Cyris gives you this, like, death glare. It's the they do not come across as angry, and they do not project emotions that isn't usually timid or confused. And this is like a totally different, just like a don't fucking fuck, you said it. It's my Maleficia. Thanks.
See, I knew it. I knew there was something about you. So what do? You just bleed weird? That's what you got?
Well, I'm sometimes immune to poison, and Cyrus's eyes would look over to Sister Marula. Is there any blood on your hands?
Possibly from helping you?
Yeah, I would assume so. You don't really have any gloves to protect your hands in this instance, but you do the best that you can.
I kind of think it would be interesting if the touch of it would have some kind of, not necessarily pain, because it has to be consumed or put within your body to affect you, but maybe there's you would notice a tingling sensation from the fact that it is in fact a poison. And Cyris would be like, yeah, I would watch your hands. It's kind of dangerous to touch my blood.
I see.
It's poisonous.
I can feel it. This is they'll start looking for water, but right now they're just washing it off on their habit and just.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No. It's all right. This is different. Different is fine. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I would use the term fucked up.
Okay, thank you.
No, not you, just the whole situation.
Okay, I was going to say that's kind of rude.
It is a little rude, but I mean...
No, again, I'm not talking about your blood. I just meant the whole fact that we just got impeded on by 30-something demon people.
Yeah, duh.
Yes.
That's what happens out here.
Does anyone have any history or religious knowledge that they would like to do?
Yes.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
Specifically,
or is there
I have,
an occult one as well? Specifically, I don't remember.
I specifically
what all the skills are.
The powers that I have as a scholar. 2 of them are daemonology as well as liturgists, where I have bonuses to
These are also mine. Yeah.
Demoniacs and religion. Yeah, so cool. We're gonna be friends.
Go ahead and roll that demonology for me. That would be great.
Let's see what we get.
I believe it's a bonus to an insight roll. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. Go ahead and roll that insight. We'll go ahead and call this a difficulty of 6.
I got a 9.
Amazing. Sister Marula, would you like to roll as well?
Yes. That is a 9 plus 1 for 10.
10 and a 9. Amazing. The two of you have studied demoniacs. They are often drawn to quintessence. It tends to throw them into a fervor, and they attack more viciously because of that. However, the fact that you were all surrounded before this attack happened gives you pause. Most demoniacs are more mindless than that. Not all. Some of them retain a little bit more of their intelligence, but this was not just intelligence, this was strategy. And that is odd.
Oh.
You noticed it?
Oh, yeah. This is
Not good.
No. You are also a study of the demoniac.
Yes, just enough to help, I guess. But this is not something I've studied. This is new.
This is a problem. And Cyrus's eyes shift to the gift.
This is a problem.
Looking at the box, it is probably about 2 cubic feet, maybe 2.5 cubic feet. It is jet black with several carvings. Again, one on each face, with no visible seams to it. It does not seem like it is something that would easily be opened. It depicts several different things. You can see on one side, it is showing this massive tower that seems to be above all, potentially the Tower of Babel, although it looks like it is shaped a little bit differently. You can see that it's resting on an island and almost seems to be glowing, perhaps alluding to the fact that this tower might be full of quintessence or something else of value. You turn it over to another side, and it seems to be this snowy kind of wasteland with a darkness that is enshrouding it. Again, everything is jet black, but you almost feel the darkness coming from this. The third side, as you turn it around, is of the fires of hell burning. You can see that there are several leaders standing around in this, most likely the lords of hell, each one standing over something, although it's not quite clear what that something is. You see this strange object on another panel that has almost like 20 different sides to it that is also seeming to be glowing, that is being brought somewhere incredibly vibrant. This is the only color that is on the box, almost like a sun. The next side you see is this wolf-like form that is bipedal. Could have been a demoniac of some note, perhaps, or maybe something else, but this box seems like it might be older than the abandonment. But this wolf is looming, powerful and strong. And then finally, the sixth side of the box has what seems to be a floating orb in the sky. Something that is confusing to you, as you have not necessarily seen anything of that like before, but it is hovering above. You can see several people down below staring up at it, holding their arms up towards it. Could be a heavenly object that they are worshiping. But there is no writing on this box, and there is no clear way to open it.
Would doing some kind of religious observance of the different sides help?
You can. We'll call this a difficulty of, we'll call it 8.
I would like to follow Sister Marula. Sister, would you like to roll first?
Sure.
Valentine, I got really quiet back there. You think they're okay?
I hope so. I'm really hurt bad. So I'm just kind of sitting here.
Oh, I feel like garbage.
Yeah, that was not.
Like, I expected bad, but not that bad.
No, it did. Once they started coming out of the woodwork, it was like 10, 20, 30 of them. That's when I kind of knew. I was just gonna sit here.
Yeah, take a nap.
Yeah.
It's an 11.
I got a 12.
Both of you realize that there isn't much religious significance in some of the sides of this box. Again, obviously the hell iconography is pretty obvious there. The worship of the floating object. The floating object does not necessarily look like anything that you have read about in any religious texts or anything like that. The tower, again, what you're getting most from that is that it theoretically could be an object with quintessence, just based off of the fact that it's glowing in that manner. And again, the Tower of Babel does come to mind there, although it doesn't look like any other descriptions of that or depictions of it. So overall, it does not necessarily seem like it is a religious object in and of itself. But it does seem to be the vessel for whatever this gift is.
You two figured anything out back there?
This thing's going to give us some trouble.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet.
Are you driving through the night to get to Bursa?
Oh, yeah.
You ride throughout the night. The horses maybe getting a little bit tired, but you are able to spur them on relatively easily. And as the sun starts to rise, you see the small city of Bursa, much smaller than Constantinople. The walls are maybe about 20 feet high, so not even incredibly tall in the realm of walls overall for protecting a city. And they seem a little bit more slapdash overall compared to the much bigger walls around Constantinople. And with the sun rising and the city in front of you, that is where we're going to end the session.
Oh, man.
Well.
Okay.
Guys, we're in
we
trouble.
did it.
Oh,
First battle.
Yeah. First battle.
First
Survived. I honestly thought one of you was going to die.
You know?
Yeah.
I
I
was
was kind of
there.
hoping. I was kind of hoping.
I saw the void.
Give me the Maleficia, baby. I can have up to 12. Give me
Well,
that.
thank you so much, everyone, for listening to the show. Let's go ahead and jump into plugs here, starting off this time with Mozz.
Hello. Hi, I'm Mozz, or Megan Wright. I am a voice actor in this space, and you can find me everywhere at It's Mozzarella.
Jump over to Ian.
Oh, it's me, Ian, your boy Big. If you want to know where I'm at, pick a social media, type in YABOIBIG, and you'll find me. If you don't, let me know so that you can.
We'll jump down to Andrew.
You like this podcast? You like the funny mouth sounds that we all make an hour a week, every week? Let's go follow us on Patreon. There's a lot of cool stuff there. You got character sheets for old characters that we've played, interviews with RPG creators, recap episodes for every series from season 2 of Midnight Gravity up. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yes, there is.
So go give us some loving.
We'll send it right back to you. Rachel.
I will kiss you on the cheek personally.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you want me to. I mean, it's all about what you want.
Did you plug the Patreon?
Yes.
I just did.
Gotcha. Yep, I was like totally prepping for my Patreon bit, and now I'm going to talk about Homie and the Dude. Oh my
Homie and the
gosh.
Dude.
You need to check out all of this cool stuff they have over on their website. Tons of different Never remember the word, but I know it's there. Things that you can add to your game. Totally system agnostic. You could put some Howl's Moving Castle, Pseudo Ghibli vibes in there. You could add some Sky Zephyrs. Tons of crazy cool stuff. You should always check them out over there at htdbuilder.com. And be sure to use code RPJesters at checkout for 20% off your order, as well as a little kickback for us, which we really appreciate you guys helping to support the show. And then, of course, at Rachel Kordell on personal socials and Majora's Rose on Twitch. Thanks, guys.
And me. Hello. You can check out my personal stuff at Casey_Reardon. Also, big shout out to the Danse Macabre team letting us play this game for them. It is a lot of fun. You can check out their Kickstarter over at kickstarter.com/Danse Macabre. That's dance with an S. Do not forget that. You can also check out their other stuff on their website, which is just stillfleet.com. And you can follow them on social medias at Wythe Stillfleet, I believe it is, everywhere as well. Also, I forgot to mention this last week, so I'm going to mention it here. We have a live show coming up. If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, the live show is tomorrow. So it is in Brooklyn at Sip and Play. Tickets are $20. You can get them online. The link is down below. Or you can probably still get them at the door as well, I would assume. We're going to have a lot of fun. Rachel's running that game. And it's the day before my birthday, so come out for my birthday.
Come celebrate Casey's birthday.
And if you don't come out, that means you hate Casey.
Yeah.
Yep, basically.
All of you hate me. It's fine.
I'm not afraid. I'm the bad boy of RP Jesters.
That might be true, actually.
Wait, what?
Of all of us? Man. I don't know if you're... I don't know.
Yes, and... All right. What's our ending bid for this?
Oh.